2006. My first sponsor, who was sober 25 years, and again, I was an active crackhead, whatever you want to call me, I was it. Liar, cheater, thief, anything. I played those roles. I wore those hats, absolutely. My first sponsor said to me, Rich, hey, have a seat for a second. Nicest guy in the world. I looked right at him with my cocky arrogance. I said, for what? He goes, because I asked you to. I'm like, all right, I'll humble myself for a second for you. I sat down. He said, I want you to know one more thing before you leave my desk here today. I said, what's that, Walter? He said, from this day on, you never, ever, ever have to pick up a drink ever again. You never have to use cocaine, crack, pills, anything ever again. And I thought to myself, I was a $300 to $500 a day habit. And I said to myself, how can that be? It was like telling a normal person they don't need to, I'm not trying to be funny. It was like telling a normal person they don't have to drink water again. It was such a profound statement that I don't have to drink. I don't have to use drugs again today. And you know something? It stuck with me. He was right. We don't have to drink a drug ever again. Our lives are in our own hands. Every single day, we make choices. We have choices to make. Happiness is a choice. Anger is a choice. We can control all that stuff. And I'll tell you right now, nothing in our lives ever have to lead us back to using or drinking or doing anything ever again. I'll tell you, my life today, I feel like I'm the luckiest guy in the world. There's no question. I should be dead. But I know God has a plan for me. It's to give back. There's only one thing I can pull out of all my drug abuse and my alcoholism is giving back to people, sharing my story. I have the luxury of speaking to schools all over Massachusetts and Rhode Island. There's no better high that I've ever experienced than having 2,000 eyeballs looking at me while I tell my story. And only if I save one of them, just one, I've done my job and served my purpose. I want to thank everybody here for coming today. I want to thank you guys for having this today, the food, all the volunteers. There's nothing better in the world than spreading awareness and educating people on the dangers of abuse of drugs and alcohol, especially heroin, the epidemic we're in today. I spoke at that school. I spoke at 4 middle schools in Haverhill. An eighth grader comes over to me after I spoke crying. I said, hey, how you doing? My name is Rich. She goes, I'm not doing good. I said, what's the matter? I overdosed 2 weeks ago, she said. Eighth grade. If you want to save someone, you start saving those little kids. You start talking to them. I have 2 daughters myself. One's 11 and one's 7 next Thursday. I'll tell you right now, they know about drugs and alcohol in a subtle way. I don't got to come out and say I did them, but I go out and talk to them about it and start educating them on it bit by bit. Because I never want them growing up like I did. And we could cut if your grandfather did it, your father did it, you do it, you look at your son, he might do it. You could cut that chain wherever you want. You could cut that DNA strand wherever you want. Have faith and love, like that gentleman said. Our thinking is based upon 2 different ways. Faith and fear. And my decisions were always based upon fear. And though fear and faith are polar opposites of one another, they both have you believing in one thing, something you cannot see. If you're going to believe in something, make all your thoughts faith-based. You'll get further, you'll accomplish more, you'll be more. Dream big. And today, I live in the land. I gave my normal life back so I can live in the land in my life that I dream about. Because I'm sober and clean today. Thank you.